Okay, well, it's all buttoned back up. Water pumps installed. Checked everything, radiators on. It's ready to take coolant again. So we'll see if not successful this time. Right in here's where the coolant will run out of the weep hole. So here we go, and I'm going to keep an eye on it this time as I fill it up. It's the 50-50 solution, antifreeze. About the same volume I poured in the first time, and then found that it was started to leak. So nice and dry. I'm going to go ahead and get another jug of 50-50 and pour in there. So, well, the capacity of cooling system is 1.8 liters. I've put a liter in it. This is the second one, so I never did drain the cylinder heads per se, so I don't think it'll take, obviously, another 800. Took 600. Let me flex a hose if I can with this coiling on it. Makes it almost impossible, doesn't it? Yeah. Alright. It's right to the neck, the base of the neck. So we're going to cap it off. And once we can get the engine fired up and run a little bit, we'll double check the coolant level. The reservoir bottle has absolutely nothing in it at this time, so I'll probably end up putting a little bit more of this in there so that when it goes through a cooling cycle it can aspirate out. Okay, looks like we finally had success on the water pump's integrity. Later. Okay, we're going to install this the engine back into the frame, lowered the table down, and I've got waiting in the wings over here a low boy jack, and I'll have to lift the engine off of the stand here down onto the jack to guide it in and under so that we get it set up to get it in the frame. So I'm going to do some manual jockeying around, and then we'll come back once we have it kind of in position underneath the frame on the jack. Okay, step one was to lift it off of that hydraulic cart down onto the floor. Next step will be to position the jack over here beside it and lift it up and set it on the jack so I can jockey it in under the frame and then start lifting it up for the attachment points. Alright, it's now sitting up on the jack, and we will begin to jockey it over here underneath and in position so we can put it together. Okay, it's kind of jockeyed in underneath the frame, and then got to get the transmission in gear so make it easier to engage the final drive as I raise it up. A little bit of jockeying going on, so we'll keep moving at it. Okay, it's coming up. We've got to get on the right side of the bike, and it's too bad I've got jacking it up on the left side of the bike, and the final drive is on the right side, so I go back and forth to get things set up, lined up, and once it's lined up, we'll shove the engine back to engage it in the final drive and secure that. Well, we're getting a little closer as far as getting it actually installed back into it. Long story about the delay, but I'll fill you in on that later. But it's just kind of positioned. I haven't have anything connected yet. First step is to get it back into position so that we can get the drive shaft and the hooked up here, and that's real close. And we'll probably come back at that tomorrow morning. So just wanted to give you a quick update that we're getting closer. Perhaps sometime over this weekend we'll try and at least make sure it'll fire up, and then we'll complete it and get the exhaust system set and welded. So later.